Earful of BJ here. We got the Beej and the Fudge. What's going on, guys?
Hey, not much. How you doing?
Oh, it's great to be here, and I'm telling you, it's week 17.
Week 17.
The week that we all want to be a part of, but only two get to.
That's right.
And that kind of sucks, Fudge.
Yeah, it does, man. I tell you.
I really wanted to be in it, but you know what? I was happy being in the playoffs this year.
Yep, me too.
Is exciting.
To say for that, I guess, but.
Well, speaking of those guys, we got one right here next to us. I'm going to go ahead and introduce on set with us for the first time, Matt Blesh. How you doing, Matt?
Hey, Chris McConnell here, just wearing my girlfriend's pants in the largest swoop neck I could find. Happy to be here, ready to lose this championship.
Okay. Wow. Well, and then, the other one, I guess, is must be Matt Blesh's lookalike then. How you doing,
He's good looking.
How's it going, everybody out there in fantasy land? This is Harry Scroat this week, and it's a mess down there.
Hey, guys, thanks for being on. It's always great to have guests, especially when they're in person. But in this instance, two possible champions. That's exciting.
Just one.
Just
one.
Me.
Yeah, me.
Okay, all right. I like that. Hey, before we dive into things, there's a few topics I want to bring up. Now, this one, guys, shocked me to death. And maybe it won't shock you the same way as it did me, but Logan texted me, and he said he didn't tell anyone, so if you know, that's impressive. But he said, something you may want to add to the show. I've been holding out on it, hoping that I would win the championship, but I did not make one single waiver wire transaction this year with my team. He played the team he drafted all year. Wow. Isn't that not impressive?
That is pretty impressive.
I mean, especially to do what he did. I mean, he's arguably one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was real impressive until week 16 when he lost to Ditto.
Probably been more impressive if he would have made a trade and then made it to the championship, but he held on to that.
Yeah, he did. But still, I mean, that's quite an accomplishment. I'm pretty impressed with that. And then one other thing here, we on Facebook last week, Kyle brought up that Matt was the other champion. Because I said there was only 3 champions out of 5 years worth of championships, and that we were going to welcome a new champion. And Kyle mentioned that Matt had won the first year. Yeah. And whereas Matt, he's right here with us, obviously, so we can get his opinion here. I wasn't meaning to take anything away from you. I think that you're a fantasy champion. The only reason I brought that up is just because I didn't think it was running of the Bulls yet.
Yeah, it wasn't officially running of the Bulls yet, but once a champion, always a champion. And I'm going to silence everyone, this week whenever I become the Red Bull champion. So I'm not worried about it. I'll be the only person in the league with a championship outside of the Red Bull championship. So
there you go.
Well, I think that, before Red Bull, right, we had Monster and we had Rockstar, and we can all agree that those were pretty pansy drinks, right? Yeah. So, winning a championship for a drink like that, that's not nearly as impressive as a Running of the Bulls championship, which I'm going to win this week.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that championship got us the Red Bull.
I disagree.
I disagree also.
Awesome. Well, Chris, I got a few questions for you, and then Matt, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Cool. Chris, this season, I feel like you've just been so streaky, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, you went 8-0, then 0-4, and now you're going 4-0. I mean, it's like it's a season of streaks, which I feel like has got to be exciting for you right now.
Well, it's been a roller coaster, that's for sure.
Yep.
But I will say I did kind of plan for this in the sense that I went 8-0, and I was telling Dave earlier, once I went 8-0, I pretty much knew I was going to make the playoffs. So I started kind of developing my team after that and kind of picking up some guys, taking some chances. So I think that's what led to that losing streak. But it was only to spring back and come back even more fierce in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Last year we had you on before the championship game, and you had mentioned that maybe being in it before doesn't really help you, but it helps your expectations for the week. So what do you think you're prepared for now, being in it, being your 4th time now?
Well, I'm prepared to be a championship. I'm prepared to hoist that bull.
Okay.
And that's really all I have to say about that. It's just feel like a winner this week.
You're not doing anything different this time? Or?
Oh, nothing different.
Nothing different. Okay.
Nothing different.
All right.
Matt, a few questions for you here, man.
Mm-hmm.
So this is your first playoff ride for quite a few years, I think. And
Yep, been playing low.
And you've been really successful. You're having a shot at the championship. Nervous, excited. How do you feel?
I feel like this is where I belong. Feels normal to me. You know, just I've been here before, whether it was Red Bull or not, and I won, and I'm gonna do it again. So
Okay. Matt, if you recall, I was one of the first to jump on the Matt bandwagon this year.
I do recall.
I text you. I loved your team really since I think it was week 4 or 5 or 6, somewhere in there, where I had originally brought up how good your team was.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm excited to see what you have to do in this playoff.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dominate Chris, and he's gonna go and write a sad country song about it. So.
May I remind you that Jesse was also on the Evie bandwagon this year?
That's true.
That didn't work out.
Who's Evie?
Exactly.
He had potential.
Well, I look at Matt's team and I see Willie Sneed on there. It's more like Willie needs some glue on his hands because he can't catch a pass.
He's digging, guys. He's digging.
We talk about Steven Hauschka. Like, Hauschka gonna keep his job, missing extra points.
You know how many players I know on Chris's team? 0, because I'm not worried about it.
Oh, you should be.
Yeah, well, maybe. Guys, I actually did my own projections here. Now, I don't like the projections on the fantasy side.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they're accurate. I hate them. He likes them. Or
Yes, I do.
Faj does. I shouldn't point. You guys can't see us. I made my own little projections. And Matt, as much as I love your team, I'm worried about it, man. I'm afraid. I saw where Andrew Luck said it's really disheartening to play when you're not going for a shot at the playoffs. So I'm worried he's not going to do enough. I'm worried that Stewart might not even play. I'm worried about Melvin Gordon. Right now I have Chris at 110.45, and I have Matt at 98.37. Now, I'll just say it. I'm a fan of Matt's team, though. I mean, I'm pulling for Matt, but
I hate to hear that.
Chris's team's good. Chris's team is good.
Great, exceptional.
Matt's making some faces, but you know what? If Melvin Gordon plays and Jonathan Stewart plays, it could be a different story.
It's game over if they play. I haven't even looked. You know more than me. I didn't know that Jonathan might not play, which is cool. I don't need him. Luck, like he's gonna come out and play.
Oh yeah,
because
I don't doubt that.
It might be disheartened, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it that this is Luck's highest fantasy game of the season.
Oh,
and
wow.
in week 2, I think it was, or week 1, he got like 46 points or something like that.
I'll be shocked.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, I think honestly, for the way the Falcons have played, you're lucky that they are fighting for a first-round bye. Because Matt Ryan, who knows? He could have been benched this week.
Well, absolutely. Like I told you, though, I knew going in. I was looking at these things. I was looking at, who was gonna pan out, checking out the schedule.
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna pan out this way.
That's good, man. And then also, we didn't really talk about it much. We'll get back to the championship game here in just a bit. But let's go to the consolation championship round. We got Reagan and Trent. Awesome for Reagan to be doing what he's doing this first year.
Rookie of the year! Rookie of the year!
Rookie.
Starting with Chris over there. Who do you think's going to win this one?
I gotta go with my man Reagan, representing B-Town. Little Scyther! Gonna chop him up this week.
Matt?
I got Trent, man. I think he's gonna pull one out of his butt here.
No chance.
I'm going to take Trent as well, just because he was from my division. I got to pull for something here.
Yeah, I'm going for Reagan.
Wait a minute, you're rooting for him, or you think he's going to win?
Yeah, I think he's going to win.
Okay. Remember.
He doesn't pick sides.
Yeah, you can't pick sides. I'm just kidding. All right, so good luck, Reagan and Trent. That's a fantastic matchup.
Yes.
It really is for the first round pick, or the first overall pick. Faj,
Yeah.
you were real upset 2 weeks ago,
Yeah,
and I didn't really want to bring it up, but
Yeah, Chris and I were talking about that before the show. Yeah.
Chopping down Underwood.
Sure enough, man. Went right through 2 of them.
boy, they good matchup. You still have. I say if I had to bring one person's roster into next season, it'd still be yours.
Yeah, I had a good roster. They just didn't come through for me that week. And did you see how many points I had left on the bench?
Yeah, your team still scores like crazy.
I was telling Chris I was going to make some changes right before, and I didn't. do I kick myself for that? Who
You
knows?
can't.
But
You can't live
you
like
can't.
that. It's
No,
just
I
not fair to
gotta
yourself.
Get over it and move on. But it's disappointing. But
Yeah. And then you took out Logan, Chris, and Logan looked like he was gonna get you there for a bit. Didn't you think?
Well, yeah. I mean, that happened. I was down 45 with 3 players left, and Travis Kelce had the game of his life.
Yeah.
Sorry, Logan. It was a heartbreaker for you. I'm glad I won.
Glad we didn't have to see him Hulk out.
Well,
I can only imagine how many things were smashed around Logan.
I wasn't wearing a shirt. I'll tell you that.
He usually isn't.
Not if I don't have to.
His shoulders are usually always showing.
They're beautiful shoulders. Man.
Yeah, they're all right.
There are. We got a great fantasy playoff championship game, guys.
all right.
Let's just talk about that.
I got a little something to say here, Jesse, if you don't mind.
Okay, absolutely.
First of all, I wanted to talk about the commissioner, Clay.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He needs his $6 this year from everybody, and we were just
I need that ring. Need the money for my
Yeah,
ring.
we need that ring money. Thank you very much.
Matt's full of confidence, I'll tell you.
We were discussing that, and not that this would ever actually happen, but we were talking about maybe if you don't pay your $6, you have to auto draft or something. Just because we don't want Clay to have to foot the bill.
Right.
He's done that before. And
Yeah.
that's not right.
He has paid for the ring himself before, so.
Yeah, so if
Which
we
is
could
pretty
get
cool.
that in, mail it. Take a second to mail it, even if you live far away. $6, 45-cent stamp, something like that. Also, this is my first time in BJ Studios here.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta say,
He does call in every week, so you hear plenty of them.
Sometimes they don't put me on. I don't get it.
I wonder why. Harassing Jesse all the time. Put me on the show. Put me on the show.
No, that doesn't sound like me.
That sounds like Chris.
But I love that they've got this nice glass studio here and everything. And something they didn't tell me. I didn't realize that Walter was behind the glass naked. Running the
Walter, what the heck, man?
running the lights with that stationary bike back there. You guys never told us that.
Well, he
part.
doesn't usually do it. It's only when you come on.
Well, I mean,
It's
don't
those
get,
dang swoop necks.
don't get me wrong. His body's pretty toned, but isn't that a little? Man, I don't know.
Yeah, it's-
And you guys don't wear pants. You guys don't wear pants for the
no,
podcast.
we
told
can't
him that?
concentrate.
I thought all this time you guys were, professionals wearing clothes. Didn't know the naked guy was back
Comfy's
there.
where it's at, man.
Yeah, we're just being comfortable.
That being said, I'm glad to be on this show, and I am fully panted right
Yes,
All
Chris
right,
is.
yes.
So
But they don't leave much to the imagination, though. I will say that they are skin tight,
They are
guys. You
tough.
got to see these things. Gosh,
Oh, yoga pants, huh?
yeah, and made out of denim.
now.
jokes all aside here. Let's talk about. We got just a few minutes here left. Who's going to win this matchup?
I've got it.
I am.
Me.
I am.
No doubt in my mind.
We're both confident, and that's great.
The only thing Chris will be is still
Champion.
still.
Spell it out.
You done?
Uh,
He'll still
A
lose his
legend.
championship again, like he has in the past. How many times have you not won the championship, Chris?
that was last year.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I mean, regardless, Chris, you've got all the accolades. You've had the best seasons, or like you've had the best winning streaks. You've
Look,
been,
we don't need to talk about it anymore. You're right. I'm gonna win. That's it. What I want to know, I got
Yeah.
one more question.
This
before
is
we run out
odd.
of
Chris
time
doesn't
here.
want to talk about how great he's been.
No. What I want to know is, do we have a possibility of getting some Earful of BJ during the off season? Can I hear a once a month podcast of Earful of BJ? BJ?
yeah. I mean,
The interest would be out there.
yeah.
So
I mean,
we'll do it.
I would love to
Tweet
do
your
it.
thoughts.
Sure.
Yeah, send
Yeah,
us
let
your
us know.
thoughts.
Yeah, let us know.
Email him us. Yahoo.
Instagram.
Hey, well,
AOL Messenger.
guys, best of luck and have a great week.
I don't need it.
Me neither.